Utie oha echi ponkno. Needs FM.
Why would Ghanaians vote you out on the back of this great infrastructure direction you went?
Well, of course, because but of course, the current government is now talking about infrastructure. Let's not forget. They have been. Haven't you heard the current government saying that they have done more infrastructure than we did?
No, they did not.
They've been saying it, right? Right, because the fact that the Cocoa Road has been finished. Of course, they've been going to all those places and they have been complaining about the school which hasn't been completed. The hospital. And if the school were there, my child will not go, will not travel, 200 kilometers to go and sleep on a veranda to go and, whatever. He would have gone to school. And mind you, what we are saying, the progressively fee-free approach.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in the US, your child goes to secondary school virtually for free, where your zip code determines that he should go. It's only when you take your child out of that area that you go and pay heavily. If you want your child to go to a boarding school, to go to some elite school outside the state, or sometimes even outside the county, which is our district, right? Then you pay.
So you haven't been won over by the free senior high school approach?
No, we're doing free senior high school. But
and
we are saying...
You currently talk about the progressively free.
Yes, but I just pose a question that if in the 4 years you had finished 120 schools, right? If you put competition aside, if you put the fact that this is a Mahama school and we have finished it, can you imagine the impact it would have done on free SHS?
So you support Mohammed's view that over the weekend he was telling Ghanaians, allow him back onto the free to come and finish the hospitals, come and finish the roads, come and finish the E-blocks?
Because I'm telling them that, please don't listen to those who say that when you do infrastructure, it is not social intervention. If you are in the village, let me repeat, if you are in the village and we come and do a borehole, which is infrastructure, right? It alleviates disease, especially now that the rivers have been polluted and all that. If you sink it deeper. If you are in the village and we come and finish, your senior high school, right? Of course, the bright kids are the ones who will get the scholarships and go to the elite school, which not every kid can go, right? And if you get the right teachers, there's no reason why your school in your community shouldn't be as excellent. Excuse me. After all, that Nkrumah's policy of training more teachers and the rest.
Okay.
Some of us didn't have to leave Somalia to go to school. Of course, later on you went to other places.
So you are suggesting that given your approach in building up infrastructure, you appear to have a positive differential over the MPP over a demonstrable track in infrastructure.
Definitely. Because we have built more, more schools. And within this, 4 years, definitely, because remember, the free did not come all at once. It came annually. Right? The pledge was that it was to come all at once, which meant that all students who were in school at the time were to go to school free. That's what happened. Was that what happened? Second year students were paying fees until they left. It was only first years that enjoyed, right? Then second year going to third year, they were paying fees. Then year 1 and year 2, free. It is this year that you have the full 3-year free. That's progressive. That wasn't one-time free SHS.
Okay.
Is that not progressive?
Progressive on the literal meaning.
Not literal. That's the practical meaning of what happened. I'm saying the practical meaning of what happened was that.
So it wasn't a free senior high school that was offered.
No, it
wasn't progressive free.
Yes, it was an ab initio. Remember, it wasn't ab initio. It wasn't.
The narrative talked about there should have been ab initio from the beginning. It should be free to all.
Exactly, and that's what I meant when I said back then that free SHS was not feasible, as envisaged. To say that the state was capable of supporting all the schools at once, and all of them will get free. No, they went
from
progressive.
From 1, 2, 3.
They went progressive. I have nephews in school, and I
step
paid.
by step approach.
I'm saying I have nephews in school, and I know what I'm talking about.
So,
and nieces.
What do you think, or what do you make of the exploits of the?
But let me finish.
Graduates?
No, let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. They would have been mama graduates, but remember, we say progressive. Why? Because we would have built, once we were giving free for year one, we would have built enough infrastructure for year two. And, and enough infrastructure. That's what progressive meant. And enough infrastructure for the schools in year three. That's what 200 years.
So you would have built infrastructure proportional to the numbers coming in.
And yes. And we would have continued. There would have been resources. We wouldn't have been borrowing 2.2 billion today. In year three of free SHS, we would have graduated the borrowing. That is why the lecturers are now saying, hey, tertiary. They are saying, so what is going to happen? All these numbers who are going to go into tertiary. Was there anything said in the budget about them? Was there anything
expansion at the tertiary level?
I'm asking whether anything was stated in the budget or in the supplementary budget for those who are going to tertiary. So what happened was actually progressive. It was progressive. It wasn't like first to 3 years immediately we come in, everybody goes to school, free. It was year one first, year two, second, and then year three. I rest my case.
You rest your case indeed. So,
Needs FM.